What's the deal, y'all? This is Isaiah Fowler, founder of SWAV Eyewear and SWAV Agency, man. And this is the 63rd episode of the Starts with a Vision podcast. And I just want to say, we about to drop some gems on you. I really like kicking this game on a weekly basis, well, bi-weekly, right? Every Monday and Tuesday, we're coming to you with actual tangible information, but also a very unique perspective on how you can build your direct-to-consumer brand. So if you're watching this, be sure to subscribe to the channel, check out the videos, like the videos, comment the videos, because every Monday and Tuesday, we got some good stuff coming to you. And in January, top of the year, we're gonna start hitting you with 3 episodes a week. Well, really 3 videos a week. On Fridays, I got a whiteboard behind me, and we about to start getting on the whiteboard. I'm gonna start really going into some stuff even deeper. So be sure to subscribe to the channel because we got all that good stuff going on. All you gotta do is type in Starts with a Vision in YouTube, and then it's gonna pop up, right? So with that being said, today I wanna talk about really building a community. And this is a never ending thing. I want you guys to know that. This is never ending, okay? So before I even start, just know that this is a journey, and it is a never-ending journey that you're electing to go on. So when you think about a business, I want to break this down in its most simplest form, because you already know I like breaking shit down so that anybody can understand what's being said. So when you look at and think about business, I want you to think about every big brand. Every big brand. Microsoft, Apple, of course, Nike, Facebook, MySpace back in the day, even Home Depot versus Lowe's. Let's think about it real quick. All these different brands, right? Office Depot versus Staples. Every single brand, they have a stigma of it. If you go to Home Depot, you know what type of person you're gonna get or you're gonna run into rather than if you go to Lowe's. It's a different demographic. When you go into Nike, you know what type of person you gon' experience rather than when you go to Adidas. When you go into Apple, you know you're going to run into somebody who's more futuristic and more artistic and creative rather than if you're going to go into a Microsoft store. Microsoft don't even have their own store like Apple got, right? So that's first and foremost. I want to set that foundation. So when you think about it, think about this as that. This is community right here. All these brands, they have inserted their product inside of a community. And they've built that community and merged community and customer base. Community and customer base, right? I want you to think about that. So now, every big brand has a community of people that they now are able to offer services and products to. Apple being services as well as products, but like Nike's more products, right? And Home Depot is products, and they're starting to get into certain services as well. But that's what I want to say. So it all starts with community, is what I'm really trying to say. So, because this episode is about like building your community locally and online. So we're in this time where like everybody's rushing on the internet. I don't want you guys to ever forget that there is an offline in real life aspect to your business, in my opinion, that you should be fostering. Yes, brands are scaling online. But to have a long-term withstanding like brand, you gotta touch the people in real life. You gotta touch the people in real life. That's why brick and mortars are always a thing. And what you're gonna see more is in the future, in these next couple of years, a lot of these micro niche brands, this is the future of retail. I'll probably do a whole episode on this, but the future of retail is not the department stores. It is more of brick and mortars are going to be the hubs of the brands that people see on the internet. That's really what it's going to become. And you want to know and understand what game you're really playing. But you'll never have a brick and mortar, a successful one, which is a experience, if you don't focus on your community first. So ask yourself, like, what type of person is really fucking with my brand? What type of person do we really attract? You could be making a couple $100,000 and still not be clear on this because it could happen so fast, or you could be burnt out, whatever the case is. So ask yourself this. Okay, what type of person is really fucking with us? What type of person is purchasing from us? So go in your Shopify, go in your email list, go in your list and start calling people and asking them questions. This is how you build community. Real talk. Start asking them questions, right? Because your brand has an aesthetic, it has a look. But do you know if they was attracted to the brand because of that? Or was it just a product? You want to really know and understand. And then put this in your, Google Drives, your Google Docs, your Excel spreadsheets, and start coming up with data on that. On why do people really fuck with you? So you can really, really, really define this group of people. Like this core group of people. And depending on how many customers you have, like how much of a list you have, if you can get on a smaller level, start with 100 core people that fuck with your brand. And then it graduates to 500 people that fuck with your brand. And then it graduates to 1,000 core people that really like your brand and what it stands for. You're gonna be good money down the road and in the future, because those 100 people will help you get to the 500 people, and the 500 people will help you get to the 1,000 people. The 1,000 people will help you get to the 5,000 people. The 5,000 people will help you get to the 10,000 people. That's how it goes. And the more people that you get to really rock with the brand early on, the faster the brand is going to grow. Because here's the thing as well. If you have a community, word of mouth will travel faster and it will be more potent. So you want to build the community on and offline, but you want to be able to be doing both at once and merging them. So and that's the thing. If you didn't start your business in real life, and it's crazy that I'm even saying it like that, because this all should be real life, but it's not. If you didn't start your business in real life and you started it online, you're just looking at the dollars come through and the orders come through, and you don't have no real connection with the people. And that's why I'll be so focused on actually branding your company, because you want to understand the types of people that are buying from you. Because if you don't, then you taking an L, right? You think you winning, but you're really not winning, because those people will have no loyalty to your brand. But when they talk to you as the founder and they see what you're actually building, then it starts to stick and it starts to hit a little bit different. And you want this shit to hit different. You don't want to just yeah, I'm just making a product and that's it. No, you want it to really hit. That's if you want to build a real brand though. If you don't, then that's cool. But call these people. Talk to these people. You ain't never met them a day in your life. You don't know why they bought. You don't know where they came from. You want to get their loyalty so that you can increase that LTV, which is a lifetime value. That's the name of the game. First time customers and then lifetime value. Get your first time customers and increase the lifetime value as high as possible. As high as possible, as long as possible. But if you're not communicating with your customers, then how do you know what to do to increase the LTV? It's impossible. It's impossible, right? So now, once you start learning about your customers, like when you calling them and interacting with them, you take the information from there and you do something in real life to get more of those customers, because they just told you who they are and what they like. Now you have a profile and you could go find more of those types of people in real life. And then you can, foster the community by, you want to do things with your brand that brings people together. If you can, right? I'm not saying do a barbecue, but it could be small things like, in your emails, just sharing some of the customers that use your product. Small things like that. Because it's like when I was in the military, like I could be at the airport and I could see a complete stranger. But the second they hear I was in the military, it's like an instant connection, right? Because that's just how it goes. That's what happens when you have community. It's like they know what you went through and you know what they went through immediately. Y'all got something in common. We had basic training in common. We had our tech school in common, right? It's like that. So that's a community. You want to build it to the point where when two people that are strangers meet, there's a bond and a connection. And that bond and connection is they fuck with your product. That's how you want it. And that's how you build that community. So I want you to really start thinking on ways where you can build your community. Things you can do to build your community. In your community and online. And going back and forth between the two. Because long term, the biggest brands in the world started out the garage. Don't ever, ever, ever think that just because you're starting small, you can't go big, because you can. You just got to never give up. And you just got to keep going and keep going and keep going. Keep reiterating. Keep optimizing. Keep tweaking. That's all you got to do, right? So think about these things. Build your community locally. Build your community online. And never stop. Never stop. Never stop. I promise you, if you never stop, you're going to get where you're going. And if you want to schedule a strategic intensive with me and we're going to dive into your business, then click the description below and schedule a call with me, and let's get it started and let's get it cracking. But always remember that everything you do in life, it starts with a vision. I'm going to catch you all in the next episode. Peace.